Welcome to the Seton Hill Sports Network Undisputed. I'm Joshua Grisman, here with my lovely co-host. We're here to talk about Seton Hill Sports, and we're going to start it off with men's basketball, women's basketball, and track and field.
My name is Pearson Hendricks. I'm from Dallas, Texas.
My name is Ashley Lucas. I'm from Bradenton, Florida.
My name is Hayden Gears. I'm from Delray Beach, Florida. Let's hop right into men's basketball. You know, they got the new coach. You know, culture kind of flipped 180. They've won, I think, 3 times as many games already in the season than they won last season. Honestly, I think keeping fresh legs on the court, like his whole new system of trusting the player into like not forcing them to be one way, they kind of like just play their own game.
Yeah, it's also like really helped them right now. They're number 4th ranked in the West PSAC, so they already have their spot locked in for PSAC championship tournament.
Now, but do you think it is the new coach, or do you think it's the players? Like, how do you think that's going on?
I think that they have experience because they returned pretty much everybody from last year. So I feel like experience helps a new coach come in because their culture has already been set. So like being experienced in college basketball, they already know what to do. So the coaches kind of really the man, they be able to do what they want.
I mean, but when you think about it, they have all the same players, right? Then what changed? What flipped that switch? It's the coach.
I agree with Hayden here. I mean, if you have the same players and everything, at the end of the day, when it comes to 5 people on the court, yes, they can call plays, but they have to make plays. You know what I mean? So, but now that a new coach comes in, and I feel like the players feel like they have somebody now that trusts them and have them like they have their own freedom going along in the game. They feel like they have somebody that has their back. So that comes a long way. It just having a coach that's always yelling at you, making you something that you're not.
I feel you. How do we feel about the big 3 of Samuel Tabe, Sean Dillon, and Jimmy Moon?
I like that top 3. Honestly, like stretching the court with Jimmy and then Sam and Dylan just like taking over Sean.
Because Samuel Tabe, he leads the team in scoring with over 16 points per game, and also rebounds with 8 rebounds per game. Sean Dillon averages 15 points per game, and Jimmy Moon has made half of the 3 he's taken with 50 out of 112. So I really think that them focusing on them 3 players and everybody working around them really stretches and spreads the floor differently, especially with that new system we were talking about earlier with the coaches taking them out the game more often. They're playing less minutes. They're way more fresh and way more explosive for when they are in the game. So I really do like how they have been focusing, how they have been throughout this entire season.
Yeah, I feel like the freshman Gabe Gillespie. I feel like when he comes off the bench, he brings a spark plug to him.
And juice, yeah.
I definitely think keeping that fresh legs helps Sam because you know he driving in, like taking over, doing whatever he needs to do.
I'll say the same thing with Sean. I mean, Sean, when he's out there, he's always sprinting, running. He's one of the quickest guys in the court. He's always doing this all on both sides of the court. So I think that's a huge thing.
I also think the 2-3 zone allows them to kind of rest a little bit on defense so they can be able to perform better on offense too.
For sure. But flipping the script, talk about the women's basketball game. This year has been the 100th season in Seton Hill Sports for the women's basketball to be a part, and like that's insane. Like it's just so tough how like they haven't had the best season this year that I've seen, but they have been pretty not consistent, but pretty good, pretty mellow throughout the season. I feel like, and it's been really good for the women in general.
Yeah, they were 21-11 last year. They 17-13 this year, but I think losing Katie Nolan, she's 15-10. That's big shoes to fill in. Shakira Harold said she's done a good job, filling their role. Her and Joy, they've done a great job filling their role, but that's just a big shoes to fill. And they lost a couple close ones this year, so they've been pretty competitive. And they're gonna return some experience next year. They have some new players, some freshmen playing some good minutes this year, so I think they'll be ready next year to take that next step.
For sure.
That's what I was gonna say. They had usually 4 to 5 freshmen playing, getting good minutes every single game, especially started almost every single game, and they started a couple games as well. But then a bunch of freshmen getting a lot of playing time, even over some sophomores, juniors. I mean, it's a big deal, especially moving forward in the program and everything like that. Now that they're getting their feet wet and trying to realize that it's different, it's not high school anymore. So I think that's in a good way, but I feel like that also has kind of affected them because, I mean, going along, it's hard to just flip that switch to go from high school to college level.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely glad they're like a young team because playoff hope for this year, like, almost lost. Like, you know, just to like be 100% about it, like, they're almost lost. Like, we really got to win out, and then I think Edinburgh, Mercyhurst
Next week,
Wednesday, we just got to come out, like, really just put it all on the court.
The best happens, man. It sucks to see that. Regardless, I hate being in that spot. Like, it doesn't matter if you win or like you have to win your games, but it doesn't kind of matter because you have to focus on other teams and what happens to them. You know, you can't control your own destiny. That kind of sucks. Any sport you play, you can't. Like, if you win that game, you're in. If not, you're not in. But like at this point, it doesn't really matter for them. It's just to see how everything else plays out. It sucks.
especially in really senior night. I mean, it was a tough game. They beat Gannon earlier in the year by quite a lot while they were the number 1 team in PSAC. It looked like at one point in the game they were winning, but they blew that lead. They honestly kept on the same player, number 44, who ended up being 10 for 16 at the free throw line, which is crazy. She ended up with like over 30 points that game, almost 30 points. But who actually showed up big time this game was Courtney. She shot 6 threes, so she was hot the whole entire game. And the game, they put the season out 23, so it was huge for her to show up in her senior night that game. But I think with now, even speaking of senior night, they're losing 2 starters and a 3-point shooter off the bench with Ali Cito and Courtney starting, and then they're losing Maddie Moore. Do you think that'll affect them next year, or?
I mean,
I feel like that leadership, you know, but then again, they're a young team, so that experience is gonna have to develop them and bring them through. And I know Coach Katarski is a great coach, you know, he's definitely gonna be able to lead them through. But just that, it's the experience that they're gonna be liking. They're gonna be a younger team, but hopefully with a whole bunch of young players. I feel like that's honestly the reason why a lot of young players played this year too, because he knows next year it's gonna be all of them, the younger players taking that next step, that next level to be a dominant PSAC threat.
I think the freshmen this year that have had a lot of playing time are definitely going to step up in that leadership role. Like, they'll develop into those leaders that will last for the next 3-4 years, depending. And they'll really just have an amazing career. Like, starting as a freshman, you got to build off of that.
Sure.
All right, after this break, we'll get back at it.
Welcome back. Let's get a word about these track stars. So we have 15 individual qualifications for events and 4 relay teams qualified for the PSACs this year. Last year we had 26 individual events and 4 relays as well. But 6 of those who qualified last year graduated, and 5 of those other ones who qualified transferred or just no longer on the team. So do y'all think it really adds up to those who graduated and transferred to who qualified?
When it comes to people who transferred or graduated, at the end of the day, my high school track coach always had a saying, tradition never graduates. So just about how everybody comes together and everybody, it's the focus of everybody, I feel like, you know, how hard everybody's willing to work, you know, at the end of the day, you lose some, you win some. So granted, some people might not have been having the best of seasons like they did last year, but regardless, I feel as though you're just gonna be as good as you put your mental and your focus onto it. So I really don't care. I really don't think it's about how. But I don't really care. Think it's about who transfer or graduate. I think it's about the attitude and effort you put towards putting your best effort on that track.
I agree too, because I mean, math, I mean, 6 people transfer, like 5 people transfer, whatever. That's 12, 11, 15 people are now qualified again. So I feel like people need to, as you were gonna say, like step up so it stays consistently a high rate of people like qualifying. Because it's like 15 people are still going, but there just needs to be those other people that step in and fill those shoes so that for sure they're 11.
Yeah, I mean, I think it directly correlates, like Ashton said, like, the numbers just add up. 11 people left are no longer here, and 11 less people qualified. I don't really know how much left there is to say.
No, but then we can talk about our man Gabe in Collegeville. Freshman running 4.11 in the mile. Oh my gosh.
That's wild.
Gave it that target.
Imagine. Take me about 10 minutes to run a mile. That's crazy.
He's getting a new PR every week.
That's insane.
I mean, like,
That's just impressive. Shout outs to Gabe for
yeah.
Shout out to my boy Kirkland Robbins for qualifying the 60 meters too.
You know, there's a whole lot of people that
A
qualify.
whole lot of people. You got Zach qualifying for the 200 meter.
Yeah.
Dog, keep going.
We got Hunter Martin qualified for the 60 hurdles. He's number 1 in the PSAC right now.
Dog.
We got Darby, Izzy, and Kate who qualified for distance meets. Darby's number 1 for the 800 meter, and number 3 for the mile. Dog. Izzy's number 10 right now for the 3,000 meters. Yeah. And then she also qualified for
3,000 meters.
That's a lot, man.
That's a distance right there.
That's insane. Nah, I could never, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Everybody that qualified for real.
And then we qualified for both men's and women's 4x4s.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
I saw, dude, I ran 4x4s and those things are not easy. Running that track, that is the worst race to run. You're always dead. There's so much pressure on it, especially if you're, I would say it's in between like second leg and fourth leg. Second leg, because I mean, first leg, yeah, but then that's when people really start pulling apart in that second leg. But then that fourth leg is either you got to catch up to somebody or you got to sustain that lead. And that is terrible. I was an anchor and I just wanted to die, bro, because no matter what, there's always people that are running with you saying they're right behind you. So you gotta push yourself and then you just feel like you're gonna vomit, your body's shaking, you just want to die.
You gotta think about it too. That's the last event.
Yeah, that's
for
a
most
long,
Chinese,
long day.
after a long day, after all
you're running the 400, you're running the 200 hurdles,
Yeah,
and then you gotta finish it with a 4x4.
that's fine.
That's my favorite race to watch.
Man,
That's the most
Just
race
most
though.
entertaining.
As a fan and just watching track, but like watching the 4x4 is always my favorite race to watch.
4x4.
That 4x1 different.
4x1 is different.
That's 4x1 different.
Especially if people are all at the same times,
Yeah.
because in that race is all into that last stretch.
Anybody run track, they got me because I still got PTSD.
Bro, you don't understand how like embarrassing it would be to drop it, or if you don't get it in the change zone. Especially in 4x1 where it's everything's timed and like you have certain spots. Yeah, that's not something you want to be a part of there.
Cause like the craziest thing to me too is how like when you drop the stick, it's really
Baton?
yeah, the baton is really crazy how like all of this for not like you just qualified instantly. It's just like damn, that sucks. And like I've seen a couple of mishaps like the track bloopers where people just fall like drop the baton and it's over and it's sad. All that hard work and preparation just done.
I mean, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You know, Sam Herman.
Switching to another PSAC school is crazy.
Yeah.
Going straight to another opponent, like
Edinburgh.
the legacy he left. I have my own opinions about like how it could turn out. I know we've talked about it before. I think, me personally, legacy wise, I think Gabe could come up. Like, it's his first season and he's already getting new PRs every single week. He's number 1 in the PSAC as a freshman for the mile.
That's crazy. That's insane. But like I know me personally, I can't run that mile that fast. Cool. But like I said though, I want to live up to that legacy. He has big things that he has to come. He needs to come and dominate that PSAC. He needs to come and win that number 1 spot for sure.
No, absolutely.
Not just the number 1 spot, he needs to go NCAA.
That's what I'm talking about. Like he needs to go put that work in before he could even talk about things. I feel like that Sam came into. So all in all, I am proud of him. Like he's doing his thing for sure. But let the young buck cook. I feel like let's let him work out. Before we even start talking about legacy, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just let him work out. Let's see how the season go for him. Let him start his collegiate career right. You know what I mean?
Gabe, I believe in you. I'm waiting for that banner.
Don't make it seem like
I'm waiting for that banner.
I believe in him. I believe in you too. I know that banner is gonna come, but in due time, no pressure. Just do
No
your
pressure.
thing.
I believe in you. I know everybody else believes in you.
Be a dog.
You got that dog in you.
Thank you guys for tuning in to our first ever episode here at Seton Hill Sports Network, Undisputed. I just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Top Trainer Supplements.
And discount code's gonna be right here, DO262.
Okay, link in the bio. And big thank you to our co-signer, Rosalie Carpenter. Love you, Rosalie.
Thank you guys all again. Appreciate you guys. Have a blessed day.
Amen.
Undisputed out.
Feel like I'm running out of time, can't wait.